Hello again, everybody. Ben Joravsky here. We're calling this CM Punk Tuesday, and here's why. I forgot the date, I forgot the guy, I forgot everything except Miles kampf-lassin. I haven't forgotten him. He's my guest, very patiently waiting for me to finish this oration. Folks, it was a very embarrassing day for this old podcast today. I have a confession to make. I got to start the show with a confession. We're all vulnerable. We're not perfect. So I got a text this morning from dear friend Louise, and he sent me a picture of a man in a CTU sweatshirt. And I texted back, who is that guy? All right, like I didn't recognize the guy. And he wrote back, it is CM Punk. At which point I had a choice, ladies and gentlemen. I could have pulled a Robin, and a Robin is so named for an old friend of the millennial persuasion who hated to have to show that she didn't know something. So I would ask her, I would make reference to some baby boomer thing that she would not know because she's not a baby boomer. And then I could hear the clicking in the background as she Googled the name because she did not want to be viewed as not knowing something. So I could have pulled a Robin, ladies and gentlemen. I could have Googled CM Punk, but I did not. I just wrote, who's CM Punk? And he goes, Ben, he's like a wrestler, okay? Most famous wrestler of all time. Not the most famous. Producer Chris is laughing at me because I did not know this wrestler. Okay, I've been following wrestling since Bruno Sammartino. Look it up, Producer Chris. Anyway, it turns out he's wearing a CTU union sweatshirt because he supports unions. And it was so appropriate because Miles is coming on the show. We're talking about labor's role, the union's role in the resistance and other issues. But I had a smile because wherever I go on the north side of Chicago, I encounter people who cannot stand Chicago Teachers Union and really cannot stand Brandon Johnson. It has become kind of like a caricature of itself. The north side's like resistance to CTU, the resistance to Brandon Johnson. This feeling that they have, this aversion they have, which if you ask them to explain and try to like just quantify, if you will, they'll start repeating talking points that they can vaguely remember from having read in the Tribune or something like that. So it's kind of I get a kick out of it. We're all brainwashed and to a certain degree, and we're all gaslit to a certain degree. And that's just kind of how it is on the north side of Chicago. It's been that way ever since the 1980s when I moved here, ladies and gentlemen. That aversion that the north side of Chicago has, that the middle class or the upper middle class or whatever they are, they want to be middle class, has to lefty leadership in the city of Chicago, has to strong black representatives in City Hall. Even they didn't have to be strong. They didn't like Eugene Sawyer, and he wasn't particularly strong. They just don't like black representatives. And then when you tell them that, they get upset at you. Like, oh, it's not about race, Ben. Come on. Anyway, come on, Chicago. CM Punk is wearing a CTU sweatshirt, all right? I didn't know who CM Punk was until this morning. Now I do. I've done the deep dive. I could do a whole discourse on CM Punk, but I'm not going to. Anyway, it's a good day. Someone, somewhere is supporting CTU and lefty unions. It's a good sign, okay? It's a good sign. Come on, north side of Chicago. You don't have to be so scared.